Located 10 kilometers east of Nairobi is Dandora, Kenya's third largest slum that is home to 500,000 of Kenyans. Mr. Odinga has been a resident of Dandora Phase 2 for over a decade now. According to him, life in Dandora has been the same, year in, year out.
Hali ya maisha ni ngumu. Ngumu wake iko kama una kazi vizuri. Hata nyumba zenyewe hizi tunaishi kama hii room unaona nalipa 3,000 per month. Stima kando, nyumba kando. Sasa ukiweka na stima inakuja 3,500 na inadepend na vile pili imekuja ya stima. Haya, maisha yenyewe inakuwa tight. Kuna masaa kama kwanza wizi iko ya vijana kuangukia watu wakichukua kitu wanatoroka. Vijana wengine wanaweza shikwa, lakini ukifuatilia kwa polisi watu wao wanafuata, wanaongana kitu wanaachilia na wanarudi kufanya tu hiyo kazi.
At the heart of Dandora slum lies Dandora dump site, one of Africa's largest dumping sites that was listed by the Blacksmith Institute as 4th among the 10 most toxic areas in the world. Covering approximately 30 acres of land, the dump site is the only legalized dumping area in Kenya, receiving over 2,000 tons of garbage daily from residential homes and industries. Before the garbage is deposited at the dump site, it is first weighed at the scaling center. According to an interview with a city council official who sought anonymity, there are 3 categories of vehicles that deposit garbage: city council lorries, hired vehicles by the council, and privately owned vehicles that are charged at 100 shillings per ton of garbage. The city council official went further and said that this is where the city council's job ends, and they are not involved with whatever happens in the dumping site. The dump site has been rumored to be controlled by the gangs, and we were advised to get an escort of armed administration police for security. The 30-acre land is covered by heaps of garbage and a thick layer of refuse that even makes navigation of trucks depositing the garbage difficult. Here, one will find variety of garbage, both degradable and non-degradable. Hundreds of residents in Dandora earn a living by sifting through this garbage. Here, you'll find men and women collecting plastics and are paid 10 shillings per kilogram of plastic collected.
Plastic hizi waga za maji na hizi waga zinaenda zinasaikoliwa tena, alafu zinaenda kwa company. Lakini za vile ziko hivi, na hizi za Dandora hizi ziko pande hii, hazijashaguliwa. Kuna plastic na kuna chupa tu hapa ndani, lakini kuna kampuni tofauti zile zinakuja hapa kuchukua hizi takataka hizi waste. Kuna hizi premier, hizi zinatengeneza makarai na na kuna nylon kama zile ziko pale juu, unaona pale juu kuna nylon ziko pale juu, nazo zinaenda zinachomwa, zinasaikoliwa, zinatengeneza vitu kama vikingi, hizi za stima, hizi za kujenga. Na kuna chupa bado ziko tu hapa ndani. Hizo chupa nazo zinapelekwa Central Grass. Zinasaikoliwa tena zinatengeneza chupa hizi zingine. Chupa kama hizi za Coke, za bia na hizo za madawa. Kuna wale wasawa wanakota huko nyuma yako huko. Wakiokota sawa wanakuja wanauzia hapa. Wakishauzia hawa, nao kuna wale wanakuja kununua kutoka hapa. Sasa ndio wanapeleka.
Kwa hivyo sio council yenye inahusika?
Sio council inahusika na hizi. Sasa ni hao vijana, hao scavengers hapa ndio wanaziokota.
The marabou stork, a scavenger bird species, are common at the dump site, with their long legs and beaks being their adaptation for such environments. The birds are commonly known to devour anything that they can swallow, and cases have been reported around the world of children falling to their prey. This is a danger to the residents of Dandora. As the refuse decomposes and with the high solar energy, the garbage burns by itself, producing smoke or even sometimes fire.
sio kuchomwa, huwa zinachomwa. Saa zingine huwa zinajiakisha. Saa zingine hao vijana wakiakisha moto hapa, alafu hiyo moto inashika chini. Sasa hii moto huwa inaungua mpaka siku ile mvua inanyesha, ndio hii moto huwa inazimika.
With residential houses, schools, and even hospitals next to the site, specialists say that this is a health hazard.
Decomposing materials in such places, they emit various gases. For instance, carbon monoxide, methane, hydrogen sulfide gases, and all these gases are toxic to man. Well, a study needs to be conducted that will really correlate the effect on the health of man. People living around that place, they suffer from various health effects which are results of close proximity to that particular facility. They have problems in breathing, what we call bronchitis. They have problems with their eyes, etc., because of emissions and dust from such a facility.
Flowing adjacent to the dump site is the Nairobi River, which is a major source of water for industrial and domestic use in Nairobi. Liquid from the decomposed garbage find its way into the river, polluting its waters. As you pick green and fresh vegetables from the supermarkets or drive early morning to the market to get fresh greens and enjoy that plate of your favorite vegetables, do you pause for a minute and ask yourself where these fresh vegetables come from? Well, this is not a waterfall, but a busted sewer. The sewer is at the center of a garden, watering the vegetables that look so fresh and appetizing. Adjacent to the polluted Nairobi River is also a farm that water from the river is often used to irrigate the crops. According to Mr. Omondi, consumption of this is dangerous to your health.
Somebody who knows actually should be advised against consuming such vegetables because of the perceived high levels of metals in them which have accumulated over the years. And you see, when you talk about this, we talk about preventive medicine, where again in our country many have not taken into consideration. We wait for you to get sick, then we get you the medicine, hoping that it is there. But such type of stuff should not be consumed by man. But you know, again, the poverty levels in our country make us highly vulnerable to any practice, whether good or bad.
Plans are set to replace the dump site with a recreational park and a gas harvesting station and a new dumping site to be set at a safer, non-residential area in Rai. What other methods of garbage dumping can be used instead of open waste disposal, which will still be a threat to the environment?
What we see in Kenya, and this is not something global, is what is known as crude dumping of waste. We just get all this waste wherever they are, then let them lie there. Well, in Africa, it's South Africa and Egypt which do what is known as sanitary landfill, and that is totally different from what we see in Dandora. The most immediate, and this is the future where we as a country, if we want to achieve the Millennium Development Goals, need to take, is what is known as proper sound management of solid waste. And this starts with waste separation at household level, whereby what you generate, you separate them according to the conventional color codes. Then what is recyclable doesn't need to go to that particular facility. What decomposes is what should end up there. But a lot of unnecessary materials end up there.
The conventional color mode of waste disposal is a method of garbage separation that makes recycling easier. Take for example 6 different colored bins. Yellow to represent glass, green to represent organic waste, white to represent paper, gray for metal, blue for plastic, and red to represent hazardous waste like batteries. These color codes are to be complemented on each and every packaging by displaying a color label relative to the bin it should be disposed to. This can easily be adopted in homes, industries, shopping malls, and streets that will actually save the environment.
Now, if we adopt what is known as sanitary landfill, this is a practice, a mechanized practice that is done in developed world, and that is where Kenya must head up to, whereby you have that depression. You pile a certain quantity of waste about a meter thick. On top of it, you cover by soil about a foot thick all over. So you put all this waste in alternating waste and thickness like that. That practice will get rid of those scavengers, human and animals, and of course the gas there can also be tapped to provide cooking gas to houses as it is happening in countries like UK. The demand for land around the city is so much. Now what the city fathers need to do is to demarcate that area and have it totally earmarked for that particular facility, so that anybody encroaching onto the same will have himself or herself to blame. But if we go with the same practice from Dandora to Ruai, then it will be like digging one hole to fill another. It will serve no purpose.
What of over 1,000 families that depend on the dump site to earn a living? This is the question that lingers in the minds of these families. With the site continuing to pose environmental and health risks, the relocation plan seems good, yet so far as the chances are slim that the dump site will be closed down anytime soon.
Dandora, UK philosophy city, kule my brother with you kuja vacation, toka kamiti prison, positivity, kasi creativity ndani ya poverty, tungeendelea kupoteza masoja wetu kwa wizi na mada, na kadhalika ushasikia komedia.
This experience has been so tough. My shoe was head hit. And as you can see, my hair just came out from the garbage. We were nearly, mugged and stuff. I mean, it got us, frightened and all, but it has ended up as a good day. We had cops with us. Nimemaliza bana huku kweli. Alafu hapa hamuzi maji. Hamuzi maji hapa. Next time utakuja na gambuti. Na gambuti. Ona kiasi yangu ona. Ona hivyo mzuri imetoka. Unasikia kiu yani. Sasa kuna napenda kuonekana kwa TV kama mmemaliza mambo. Bado kuna maji. Mbona mko na shida na maji? Kuna maji, kwani kuna maji mingi, sasa ni si maji pekee. Keringet, Mount Kenya, Sigari.